Cerberus. At the gates of the Greek underworld stands a colossal dog whose duty is to ensure that the dead never escape. Cerberus serves the god Hades as the guardian of the boundary between the world of the living and the land of the dead. Ancient poets describe the creature with three massive heads, a serpent for a tail, and sometimes additional snakes rising from its back. Each head allows the beast to watch multiple directions at once, preventing spirits from slipping past unseen. Cerberus allows souls to enter the underworld freely, but blocks any attempt to return. Several mythic heroes encounter the guardian during journeys into the realm of the dead. Heracles wrestles Cerberus as one of his 12 labors, overpowering the beast without weapons before dragging it temporarily to the surface. The musician Orpheus passes the monster by calming it with music, demonstrating that even the most terrifying guardian can be subdued through supernatural means. Garmr. At the entrance to the Norse realm of the dead waits another monstrous canine whose presence signals the collapse of cosmic order. Garmr is chained near the gates of Hell's domain, where the dead who do not die in battle gather. The creature is described as a blood-stained hound whose howls echo across the worlds. Ancient prophecies connect Garmr directly to Ragnarök, the final destruction of the gods. When that apocalyptic battle approaches, the hound breaks free from its restraints and runs into the open battlefield. Its release marks the moment when the barriers between life and death begin to collapse. The creature then confronts the god Tyr, the divine figure associated with law and heroic sacrifice. During the clash, both combatants kill one another, showing that even divine warriors cannot easily overcome creatures tied to the end of the world. The Black Shuck. Across the eastern coastline of England, stories persist of a massive black dog that appears during storms and moments of sudden death. This creature is known as the Black Shuck, a spectral hound whose glowing eyes are often described as burning red or green in the darkness. Witness accounts describe the animal as unnaturally large, sometimes compared to a calf or small horse. The hound appears silently on lonely roads, graveyards, or near churches. In many traditions, its presence functions as a death omen, meaning someone nearby will soon die. One famous legend recounts the creature bursting through the doors of a church during a violent thunderstorm, leaving scorch marks on the building's stone walls before vanishing. Folklore interprets the Black Shuck not simply as a ghostly animal, but as a supernatural guardian that patrols the boundary between the living world and the realm of the dead. The Barghest. Northern England preserves another tradition of a supernatural hound known as the Barghest. Unlike the Black Shuck, which usually appears as a silent omen, the Barghest is often described as actively hunting through the night. Its body is black and shadow-like, with enormous teeth and claws capable of tearing through victims. Some legends claim the creature can change size or disappear entirely into darkness, making it difficult to track or confront. When the Barghest appears in a village, it is frequently associated with imminent death. Stories describe the beast padding along dark streets before the passing of an important figure, almost as if escorting the soul toward the afterlife. In certain traditions, the hound also guards graveyards or ancient burial mounds. The creature therefore functions both as a hunter of spirits and as a supernatural sentinel, watching over the boundary between the living community and the resting place of the dead. The Cadejo. Deep in Central American folklore appears a pair of supernatural dogs whose actions determine the fate of travelers moving through darkness. These creatures are known as the Cadejos, and they appear in two opposing forms. The white Cadejo acts as a protective spirit that follows people walking alone at night, guarding them from danger. The black Cadejo represents the opposite force. This darker hound stalks individuals who are drunk, reckless, or vulnerable. Witness descriptions portray the creature as enormous, with glowing eyes, burning hooves, and chains dragging across the ground as it moves. When the black Cadejo catches a victim, the result can be madness, illness, or death. The two hounds therefore represent a supernatural balance between protection and punishment. Their appearances reinforce the idea that nighttime travel places humans close to the boundary where the living world meets the realm of spirits. The Amarok. In the frozen wilderness of the Arctic, Inuit oral traditions describe a gigantic wolf that hunts alone across endless snowfields. This creature is known as the Amarok. Unlike ordinary wolves that hunt in packs, the Amarok stalks the landscape as a solitary predator. The animal's enormous size allows it to overpower prey far larger than itself. Stories often portray the beast attacking hunters who wander too far from their communities or attempt to travel alone at night. Because the creature appears in remote and dangerous terrain, it functions as a warning embedded within cultural storytelling. The Amarok punishes those who ignore the dangers of isolation in the Arctic environment. Some tales describe the creature as a physical wolf of impossible size, while others interpret it as a spirit tied to the wilderness itself. Either way, the Amarok stands as a supernatural predator linked to death in the harsh northern landscape. The Cŵn Annwn. Across the hills and forests of Wales rides a supernatural hunting pack known as the Cŵn Annwn. These ghostly hounds belong to Amarok, the ruler of Annwn, the otherworldly realm associated with the dead and with fairy kingdoms beneath the earth. The dogs are described as white with bright red ears, a color combination that marks them as creatures from beyond the human world. Their hunting cries echo across valleys at night. Unlike ordinary dogs whose barking grows louder as they approach, the cries of these hounds grow quieter as they draw nearer, creating a disorienting effect for anyone who hears them. Folklore explains that the pack hunts wandering spirits or souls destined for the otherworld. Encountering the Cŵn Annwn during their hunt signals that the boundary between the living and supernatural realms has briefly opened. The Church Grimm. Within many old churches across northern Europe appears a guardian spirit shaped like a black dog known as the Church Grimm. This creature is believed to watch over sacred burial grounds and protect them from thieves, witches, or wandering spirits. Some traditions claim the Grimm originates from a ritual sacrifice performed when the church was first built. According to the belief, a dog was buried beneath the foundation, so its spirit would defend the church forever. The resulting guardian moves silently through graveyards and along church walls, often seen only as a shadow with glowing eyes. Unlike many hellhounds that actively hunt or attack, the Church Grimm functions primarily as a sentinel. Its role is to guard the resting place of the dead and ensure that the boundary between the living world and the grave remains undisturbed. Some of the most terrifying beasts in mythology weren't just guardians of the dead, they were the children of the trickster god Loki. To see the monsters destined to destroy the gods themselves, continue with every child of Loki explained.